So it will be another steward who will stand up in the umpire's launch and will be raising their flag now, hopefully making very sensible choices on whether they think the crews are ready, conditions are right, and it looks fantastic as these two quads get away. Clares Court on the right, Henley Rowing Club on the left.
So you're looking at your national schools champions up there on the left of your screen, the Berkshire Station Henley. That's your national schools bronze medalist, Clares Court, on the right of your screen, Buckinghamshire Station. 2 seconds separate these crews of national schools. Bit of steering there. Got a bit of a warning. Clares Court to move across back to their station.
Yeah, straight off the start line there. We so often see it, the crew on the Buckinghamshire Station just getting pushed off their station, maybe being a bit nervous to leave it right in by the island, that your left blades feel like they're going to hit something. So just drifted off the station, and it's given a tiny lead to the crew from Henley at the top of the screen.
National Schools Regatta takes place at the end of May here in England, and it's really a chance now to see who's made the most progress in the past 6 weeks up to Henley. Is that you're going to close the margin, or is someone going to have improved in that time? And of course these guys have all been doing studies, they've been in A-levels or whatever courses they're doing, so who's dedicated time equally to studying and who's done more training? Let's see.
Well, let's see what happens, because as you say, the crew in front of us, Clares Court, they were third of the national schools, coached by Tom Jost, very experienced, coached the crew to win here back in 2016, so he knows how to get the crew to peak at the right time. But as he looks there, his back, he'll be seeing his crew, and they're just starting to lose contact with the crew from Henley, who are now just going to be out of their eye line, as you see James Lambert in the bow seat trying to peek over his right shoulder and see if he can still see that stern. By contrast, the team from Henley Rowing Club will want to open up a gap, but interesting to see Clares Court haven't let them open that gap up anymore.
Yeah, they're not moving it, they're keeping it at about a length. I was just looking at their bow there and their stern to see if there's any movement. If you can keep that contact while someone else is doing a push, we call it kind of absorbing someone else's push, and if you can do that, it's kind of demoralizing. You're the crew that are really going, okay, big 20 now, and you don't move at all. But steering again, they're going to get warned, both crews, I think, here.
I was wondering what, I think that's Richard Phelps there, was going to do there with that flag. It looks like he has asked, he's asked Clares Court to return back to their station. Just keeping the crews sensibly apart, which is absolutely what we want to have, an absolutely clean, clear race. As it looks to me like the crew from Henley Rowing Club certainly looking to occupy a reasonably central position. They're not locked onto their booms on their right, but they're also not really quite infringing, so almost a perfect position they've taken up there for a leading crew, I think, on the right-hand station. Clares Court, by contrast, have been pushed back onto their station again. A little wobble, they may have lost a tiny bit of distance with some steering. It's a tiny thing, really, hardly makes any difference. But again, the umpire wanting to feel that flag, wondering whether he's going to wave it. And I think he is going to take it out now.
And
this time it's going to be Henley, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I want to see a response from Henley to get back on the station. As you say, they've been quite aggressive.
And what's the difference? You don't want to really wash people down. You want to almost stay on your side and give them a clean race. But I guess if you're major rivals with each other and you're schoolboys through the year, maybe you want to give them a bit of dirty puddles.
But it's one of those things, isn't it? You want to win it through your good sculling, through your good training and everything else. You don't want to, but if you can make it a little bit more uncomfortable for them, it just makes it a little bit easier for you. As it is, again, they responded pretty quickly. The umpire will be completely happy with what's happened here. Clares Court will be less happy at this point. They really need to respond. They really need to try and start to eat into this lead. It almost looks to me like the Henley Rowing Club were really brave off the start. They opened that lead up of about a length, and then it stuck at that point. So I think Clares Court really brave hanging in here.
Yeah, both crews, I'd say, travelling at the same pace. There's not much of a change in the past 300-400 metres. And they've actually squeezed on a bit now. I think Clares Court, their bows are just touching the stroke guy of the Henley crew. James Lambert, Clares Court bow seat there. Just have a little look over his shoulder and tell his guys that they are right there. That's what I'd be telling them.
Well, he'll be looking over and saying we're right there. By contrast, Joe Long, he's in the bow seats of the Henley Rowing Club crew. He had his birthday yesterday, turned 18. He'll be saying to his boys, come on now, we've got to respond to this. We've got to respond to this move from Clares Court. They're starting to come back at us. We can see this back there. We've got to do something before they start to move on us.
Clares Court were down in some of their races this week. Certainly on Thursday against Frankfurter crew, they were down against them and came back through them. So they're used to being behind, Greg. Have they got a change of pace here?
Well, I think they should have the confidence that they can maybe do something about it as we have a look. Having come from behind, they were more than a length. They were threatening to be clear water behind earlier in the race. This now looks like it's about half a length. The crew's more or less stroke for stroke, but there's still plenty of racing left. Just coming into the enclosures, will Clares Court be able to make some sort of change of pace? If they're going to do it, it's going to need to come now. Jake Wincombe in the stroke seat is going to need to make something happen. He took up rowing when he was about 12 years old and he wasn't very fit. Now he's fit and he's right in it. Is he fit enough to help his crew overhaul Henley Rowing Club?
And this is a massive race, the Fawley Junior Men's Quads. There's over 50 entries for this. So we're now, today on the Saturday, seeing the top 4 Junior Men's Quads in this event. They've worked hard to get to the stage. I think Henley just slipped a couple of seats there.
I think Henley have slipped a couple of seats. Unfortunately, the Clares Court crew, for them, have just wandered off their station again and just feeling those puddles a little bit on the right blades. Henley Rowing Club, again, I think have just steered a beautiful line where they've not allowed themselves to infringe, but they've also allowed themselves to make it very difficult for the crew from Clares Court to make an impact, as we see this beautiful shot of these 2 quads coming in front of the enclosures, in front of that blue and white grandstand.
Past the deck chairs, past all the crowds now. I think Henley going to hold on here to win, to see them through to the Sunday. What have they got in the last 150 metres? Clares Court, let's see.
Well, something's going to have to go wrong now. It's a length, it's 10 strokes. Clares Court would have to do something absolutely spectacular, or something would have to go wrong in this Henley Rowing Club crew. They're coming down towards the line. They will see out of the corner of their eye that floating grandstand, and then they will hear that beep, and they will know they've done enough by 3/4 of a length to make it through to the final in this fantastic Fawley Challenge Cup. And we'll see confirmation of the win for Henley Rowing Club over Clares Court School.